Hey guys, this is the Dutch Ruby Established 2000 here, and I'm going to tell you about some things I learned about when I was in Israel. I was going to do this video last week, but as I told you that week, I wasn't feeling very well. Now, I am feeling much better so that I can talk right now for a video. With that being said, let me tell you about what I wanted to tell you about. As you all know, I made a post 2 weeks ago finishing my trip to Israel, and that I wanted to tell you about what I learned regarding Judaism in a video. I also warned everybody that what I might tell you will shock you. So here's a warning about the first fact. If you are offended by what I said to start this list of things I learned, please leave this video now. Otherwise, if you have a strong heart, go ahead and keep listening to me. So, the first thing I learned on my Israel trip, and I will warn you one more time, that you might be offended by what I'm telling you, was that Jesus Christ was Jewish. You heard me right. He was Jewish. At first, it may blow your mind, but given that Christianity didn't exist yet at the time Jesus was alive, it does make sense in the end. Also, I have heard that I've heard that when Jewish people refer to the Bible, they only refer to the Old Testament. The New Testament of the Bible is the part added on by Christianity. So in turn, the New Testament is just an extension for Christians, which doesn't necessarily become read in Judaism. I hope everybody could and understand me with what I said. Another thing I learned about Jesus Christ is that he spoke Aramaic, not Hebrew. Aramaic is more or less a language spoken casually by Jewish people at the time. Or wait, scratch that. It was actually a language of learning and scholars, whereas Hebrew was reserved for church rituals, and Yiddish was at some times spoken by people by Jewish people in their everyday life. And here's a fun fact for you. Hebrew is perhaps the only known language to have been revived after being dead. It was only spoken for ecclesiastical purposes until the 19th century. When the language was adapted into the modern times, they had to import or create a lot of new words. For example, the fruits known as oranges have never been mentioned in the Bible. While that one may sound like a less obvious example, there are some more obvious ones that center around technology, such as cars and telephones, among others. In another surprise about the modern times, the State of Israel, as the country is officially known, was established and admitted to the United Nations in the year 1948. So Israel itself isn't really that old of a country. It was actually established to be a safe haven for Jews after the fallout caused by World War II. Most of the land that is now known as Israel used to be owned by Palestine, which is a country legitimately much older than Israel. I actually drove into Palestine as part of my Israel trip to visit the city of Bethlehem. And yes, the song is telling the truth. Jesus was actually born in Bethlehem. Some people mistakenly believe that he was born in Nazareth. Well, Nazareth is where he grew up. Yeah, he was born in Bethlehem, but raised in Nazareth. When I went into Palestine, I noticed that Israel is much more developed of a country than Palestine looked to be. Despite those differences, however, Israel agreed to respect the border at Palestine. And those were some of the things I learned about when I was in Israel. In case you wanted to know if everything I said was true, I can tell you yes. Everything I was told was from an actual Israeli citizen who knew about his country and the history before Israel inside and out. So there is your confirmation. I can't remember I can't remember if Jesus being raised in Nazareth was exactly true, but everything else I said, I did hear from him, and it was true. So this is the Dutch Ruby Established 2000 signing out.